All right, so what's up? My name is Connor. I'm 21 years old. I just turned 21 not too long ago. So that's a little background about me. And about 2 years ago, I started putting videos on a private Snap story for my friends, and it was just similar to this, talking to the camera with advice, a message that I had, any thoughts that I had. Half of them probably didn't watch it. Who knows? Who knows if it helped anybody out? But I knew I wanted to transition to YouTube or something else instead of, a Snapchat story that people just have to spam through. So I'm basically giving the option whether they want to watch it or not. They can now access it instead of forcing it down their throat. And so what kind of videos I plan to make, basically typical self-improvement stuff. I just feel like I have a lot of stuff that I want to say, a lot of messages that I believe that can really help people focus on their purpose or discovering it, and state of people, state of the world, how connecting with people and stuff like that, and why I feel like this is important. I'm making this channel not only just to get my message out there in hopes that it will help people. That would be amazing. That's one of the main goals, but also in a way it's kind of self-progression for me. So it's a journey for everybody involved, and it also is a form of release. That way, if I'm in public with my friends, I don't feel like I have to, force what I think is right down their throat. I don't have to force any of my beliefs to them, because this is a form of release. I'm speaking to, a YouTube video. That's my message, and so if they want to, they can access that. So yeah, it's a form of release of just some of the things that I think will help, some of the things that I just want to get out there. So yeah, and why I feel like it's important to send your message if you have one and you believe that people can benefit from it. I really feel like it's important to put yourself out there, because there's billions of people on the planet. So if you feel like the people around you may not understand where you're coming from, your mentality, or whatever, and they don't really see the message, I don't believe that's a good reason to stop. I believe that there is someone out there that what you have to say will help them. There's gonna be somebody that really does appreciate that, and what they do next is entirely up to them. But I actually saw an interesting video where someone was talking about how not sharing your message is almost egotistical, and it kind of goes up against the thought that as people, we're kind of like, well, I don't want to boast about my opinion or share my opinion, so I'm going to do the humble thing and keep it to myself. But his argument, in a way, that's not the humble approach, because you're almost scared to put your opinion out there and kind of get rid of that mysterious perfect image you have on social media. And that's another thing. Another reason why I want to make this channel is because I really want to show who I am, reveal myself on a social platform. I feel like social media, it's just so fake. Like, everybody has this perfect image. They wear the right clothes. They got their best pictures. They're trying to impress some chicks or something. And honestly, there's nothing wrong with that. I think there's actually good stuff that comes from presenting yourself well on Instagram or whatever. But some of the bad parts is you see a portrayal of what people want you to see, and you don't see the real them. And so what happens is a lot of people, they get jealous. They compare themselves to someone else's highlights, and just get down in their head. And so I'm really trying to just break out of that image. I really just want to be myself and push my authentic self to other people. And I also want to preference that I by no means do I think I'm some all-knowing guru. That I know everything. Like, I still, every day I learn something, and through making these videos, it's almost a learning process for me too. And so I don't want people to feel like that I'm just shoving advice in their face and that I know everything. That's not true at all. In fact, I don't know anything almost. No, I'm just kidding. But you get the point. Is I there's still so much I gotta learn, and despite that I think I have a message to give, there's still a lot for me to do. And one of the last things that I want to go over, or two things, and this is just the first video, so it's going to be short, but two things is similar to what I'm doing right now. If you have a passion or something that you've been wanting to start for a long time, it's been in your head, it's been in your heart, and you keep pushing it off, I just want this to be a sign for you to take that first step. That first step is always going to be the hardest step. For me, you know, I this has been something I wanted to do for a long time. Like 2 years ago, like I said, I was starting with the private story Snapchat, and look, it's been 2 years and I haven't really done anything, and that was just because I kind of just got stagnant, and you know, I was busy with other stuff. But that's not an excuse. I should have started it, and you know, hindsight, maybe I'm glad, because there was a lot of growth between that period, those 2 years. But yeah, I just kind of stopped, and it was something that was important to me, and I kept telling people that I was going to post on YouTube, and I never got to it. So this is the first step that I'm taking, and I urge you, if you have a similar passion, it could be something like YouTube, what I'm doing, really anything, just drop the pride, and just go for it, honestly. Don't worry about looking stupid. That's, like I said with the social media, that's part of the reason I don't, you know, really like it that much, because, you know, we're so scared of, like, everybody wants to be nonchalant, everybody wants to be this, you know, mysterious guy. Like, no, we gotta drop that. You know, you gotta be yourself, take the first step. Who cares? You know, people might make fun of this, and to be honest, since I care about it, I don't really care. I've known this is something that I want to do. So yeah, just take the first step. And like, another thing is not caring about what other people think of your journey. I mean, there's going to be people who encourage you, people who don't believe in you, and at the end of the day, it just matters for what you want. And if you want to do something and you want to be someone, just do it. People are always going to have opinions. The people that really love and care about you are going to support you no matter what, and the people who kind of distance themselves in a way and, you know, talk trash about you or whatever, make fun of your decisions, I mean, you'd have to argue, do those people really care about you in the first place? So yeah, it really just comes down to an evaluation of the people around you, and you got to do what's best for you, and don't wait another week, another day. Just start it now. I think your future self will be so glad that you did. And I mean, in the present day, we don't know what will become of the future. I don't know what this will become. It could become something huge, but then again, it's just like a kind of a passion project for me, so I'm not really worried about it, you know, growing to a super high level. This is just something that I want to do, and if it helps people, that would be, I mean, a true blessing, really. I mean, that would be amazing. That is kind of what I would love, but at the end of the day, whoever finds it, whoever doesn't. So yeah, so I have a lot of thoughts, a lot of things that I want to say, and I think, you know, through whoever watches it, whoever interacts with it, I'll learn more. So I want to preference, right now, I may not be super consistent with uploads. I mean, it could be, you know, a while before I upload the next video. I would like it to be, you know, once every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks, which seems like a lot, but I want to make sure that I'm not just yapping, pretty much. I want to make sure that what I'm saying is, you know, important stuff, and stuff that I've thought about or maybe even researched. So yeah, I don't know how consistent the uploads will be, and obviously I have my camera on top of a bunch of books that I've stacked up, so this is like, I'm just going with what I got right now. So yeah, we'll see how the future goes, but before I cut it off, make sure you take that first step, you know, start the journey now. So yeah, I hope you guys have a good day, a good week, good month, and a good life. I will talk to you in the next video.